All right, just real quick. Speaking of the N word, so I didn't. I mean, I have a black mother. I didn't grow up, besides with family, with many black folk. So when I went to high school, I'm doing my placement wherever it's a special high school, and so actually no, it doesn't matter. The special high school. We're doing our placement test anyway. This is the first time I'm seeing the people of my new high school, and we have a few weeks also to figure out who our roommates are going to be. And there was this black kid in front of me, and more than anything, I wanted a black friend. This was probably, I was still probably, yeah, I definitely had a stupid urban accent with him. And I remember when I was in middle school being nervous about talking to young black men because I couldn't talk like they do on TV. I'm a human brain. So anyway, so we room together, and he uses, I don't know whether he uses he used the N-word actually. But at some point, we were teasing each other or something. And he said something dumb. Anyway, and I said, nigga, you dumb, or something like that. God, I feel so uncomfortable. And he gets so angry and he charges me. And we kind of fight. I can't pretend to really remember what my thoughts were on the moment, but he, on the word were in that time. But that dramatically changed how I saw the word. Before, so where was I? I got a call. He charges me. I don't remember what. I don't really know whether I was like, there's no way I was like, yo, it's just a word or something. I'm sure what I said was like, I'm half black, and he was like, yeah, but you're not though. You're not black. And I was like, aw. Sorry, I was thinking of another memory, but no, that was anyway. But he transferred to me that anger and that the importance on the word, which I can understand if you're going, well, how is that a good thing? You were being perfectly reasonable, and then you like chose that you were going to get upset about a thing. I wouldn't say chose. It's not quite how the brain works or how social society, communication between, things spread. Programming culture spreads. But I don't have a counter. I hear you. It shopes. I mean, it sings and it shopes. No, I mean, it shopes, but I can't. I don't have a response for you. So if that was an unhealthy cultural thing, I don't know. I like it. I stand by it. It gives, I mean, it's really just the power thing. It gives you a little bit of power. And when, especially traveling in Europe, having lived in a tent, when people see me, when I was living in the tent, or even now, because I don't, take care of my hair or anything, when they see me, they often tend to see quite an inferior person. Part of the reason is because in a lot of these countries, they've gotten a lot of immigration from Arab countries, or maybe gypsies or whatever. I don't know what the association is, but they're seeing this color and they're seeing them messy and they're going, ah, okay. Now, a white person missing teeth could sort of get the same reaction. But a white person just having long hair isn't going to get the same reaction on average, generally. I feel, especially, and I wasn't used to it. First of all, when I was a kid, I did not notice or experience any kind of different judgment. I think people thought I was Indian, so they heard me sounding smart, and they thought I was Indian anyway, because my hair was short, and so, and because I was with rich people or whatever, and my friends were Indian. And so I didn't, and then weird stuff started happening when I become an adult. And all of a sudden, I keep feeling weirdly underestimated. Something I'm not used to. But it was just, I felt, started getting either pulled over or, police getting called on me and stuff when I wasn't doing anything. I was just sitting in my car. So that was weird. Then I move into the 10th. And it's like people are surprised I have an email address. Wow, whoa. Or surprised I can string a sentence together. And no. So for instance, speaking of Neo and people walking by, one time a guy is mad I'm parked next to his land, and so he starts to come over, but he doesn't announce himself. He just comes right over, doesn't see the leash outside, comes right over. Neo's like, didn't hear him, it was raining, and so he doesn't notice him until he's right there, or the guy didn't say anything. And anyway, the guy then sees Neo, runs off, and Neo does what Neo does, and he bites the guy in the butt. The guy calls the police, and the problem isn't just that, he was walking around in public space and was bitten by a dog. So legally, that's a problem. Morally,
Okay.
don't fucking walk up on vehicles like that in a
Okay.
storm and when they're parked over there without announcing yourself. I don't know. Anyway, so that wasn't the problem though. Nope. Stay inside. That wasn't the problem though. Problem for me, and the reason I'm talking about it. No. Couche. The problem was, so then they started talking about searching my vehicle. And the daughter of the guy who had bitten says, we just don't know what you're doing here. We've had some robberies in the area lately. They got him from the US. Oh my gosh, you know how many points that gives me? And you can see the points add up or like get added when I tell people I'm from the US. Oh, you're American? Oh. And then in France, that would be hilarious. Then what the fuck are you doing here? Because they thought I had come to a better country. And then they find out from the U.S. And sure, we don't have, the world doesn't have the highest opinion of the U.S. sort of politically, but it's still, if you're that's still where a great place to live. Or anyway, if you're living there and you are already a citizen, like why would you go anywhere else? That is kind of a common enough sentiment. That question comes up hard when they find out I'm from the U.S. Or I don't know. Maybe that's not a point. I don't know. Anyway. What were we talking about? Right. So the human brain is what it is. The associations are what they are. Doesn't feel pleasant, but I can swallow that. But I cannot swallow that if you've been told a word is no good and might get a bad reaction, that you have the audacity to say it. That's number one. Number two, just give me a little power back. It's not reasonable. I'm trying to like rationalize it, but it isn't. It's just psychology. And it's so funny because you know what would start a civil war in the U.S.? It would kind of be a left and right thing, really. But I guess some people could see it as a black and white thing. But if white people just stopped avoiding the N-word, if mainstream media, if you could be on NBC News, be in an interview, I'm not necessarily talking about the panelists, the newscasters, but maybe they can quote it. It's okay if they're quoting. And then if they have a guest on who says the N-word, okay, so be it. And so then white people would, because that's how culture works, they would get more comfortable, of course, using it, especially quoting it. And then it would be to refer to the bad ones, and then blah, blah. Anyway, as soon as it becomes acceptable, as soon as that token, that power, that symbol is taken away, I think that war would break out. And what's funny is that that isn't a justification for war breaking out. I think there already are justifications for some major revolutions and conflict, and volume, and consequence. But the way the human brain is, we accept a lot. And so what's funny is the people who are like, oh, why can't we say the N-word? What's funny is that you are placating us with that. You're making us feel like maybe it ain't so bad. The systemic issues ain't so bad because they're not allowed to use certain language with me or ever. Not when they sing, not when they're in the shower. If they're ever known to use it, then there will be major consequences for them. It's stupid as hell, but it keeps us, I think, just below the threshold. And so it's so funny. You should be like, you should be wanting to, you could so easily manipulate us by just respecting so hard that thing. Like, go around, like, this will show people that you're not a part of the problem. Just don't ever use that word, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that's never good. Black people, they can use it, yes, because of brotherhood, blah, blah. But I hate when white people use it and so on. That's going to make us feel respected. Like, we've got I don't know, whatever expression, we're a part of it. We've got respect, we've got rules we've got our voice in there, we've got our vote in there. It's the stupidest thing in the world. We've just taken this word away from you. But, it's not nothing. So y'all are so fucking stupid. I mean, I don't know how many people there are out there that have actually caught on to this, and so they use it all the time with their friends, and then, show the deference in public to keep the blacks placated. But anybody who's out there talking about, I'm not racist, everybody's equal footing, we should be able to make jokes about anybody, that's how we should treat people equally because history doesn't exist. Yeah, we're all equal, not only in value, but also in circumstance. That's what that means, right? Because I'm a fucking idiot. So all you fucking idiots, oh, it's just a word. What the big deal is. Look, you don't know what the big deal is with other stuff that's going on either, but there are big deals that we've gotten the short end of. So why don't you just give us this one word and we won't BLM your neighborhood. Just keep us, because that's word, it's a symbol, right? And if we were hearing that on the TV, that's something the brain can easily process. Holy shit, there's a problem. There'd be no holding back at that point. But the more subtle ways of systemic racism and disadvantage of stuff, that isn't salient enough to trigger the revolutionary response I think we need. So I don't know what my advice is. You're an idiot for making an issue of it when it's literally like, just don't say this word in public, or just don't ever get caught saying it. Just keep the homies happy, bro. So you're an idiot for not doing this super simple thing to keep the homies happy when the homies shouldn't even be happy. But you benefit from the fact that they're happy. So you're an idiot. Actually, now from the perspective of what I want for the future of the species and how, the next steps that need to happen in our culture and evolution. Yeah, man, that's so stupid. A word, hey, it's them giving it power. In fact, you know how you could help them? Start saying it. You can do an urban accent. You can do a country one. You can sprinkle an R for comedic effect. Because again, comedy, it's got nothing to do with truth or morality. So, you didn't hear it here. You did not hear it here, but please, my white brothers, with a good head on their shoulders, who know not to be emotional and know that blacks are so stupid for getting upset about a word. Let's desensitize them to it, huh? And I think you should show your black friends, and of course black friends can mean someone that you're speaking to for the second time. Show them that you are willing to put your neck on the line, despite cancel culture, despite the mainstream, to remove the power from this word, which really just means black, etymologically speaking, and that's what they want to be called anyway. So be like, hey, listen, brace yourself, friend. Brace yourself. I don't have to change my voice to do a white accent. What am I doing? But I am going to do that. That's because I want to believe that I have to change my voice to really sound white. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Listen. This is gonna shock you. I didn't do this when we met last week. But I just want to say I got no problem with black people. As long as you don't rob me. It's a joke. But I love my niggas. I love my niggas. And I know some people get upset, but I can tell that you're my equal. I don't have to put on kid gloves with you, nigga gloves, nigga gloves. No, I'm just kidding. That won't happen. Oh, I'm still recording my screen. I'm just kidding. That won't happen to you. They'll be like, man, thank you, because I need sort of that exposure therapy because my stupid black culture mates made me like hate when white people say this word. But it's like, you're my friend, right? If you add up the two conversations, that's well over an hour that we've been bonding. And I love that we don't have to set these silly boundaries or, draw these lines. It's not about black and white. I'm just me and you're just you, and, we just get along. And so thank you. And let's go. I got to call my mom right now. So what I want you to do is just grab the phone from me and do for her what you did for me, please.